This week on Fantasy Fugitives, the music team goes on strike. Kate gets shamed for her Week 2 performance. Scott fails to read the injury report and shows signs of early onset dementia. Wade claims to have the flu, and the shit segment salad tries to cut down on the carbs. Fantasy Fugitives podcast is brought to you by Prevasic. Prevasic. We totally switched the samples. Alright, and we're back. Fantasy Fugitives, Week 3.
That's right.
I don't know much in this year world, but I know that I'm not good at fantasy. So, well, let's jump to segments first. So I've got, and what I just mentioned about me being unable to succeed in this sport, no matter how little or much I try. The sports tautology of the week is one that I said to myself quite often, both to myself during the fantasy football weekend, but also when Anthony and Bella happened to be playing some Super Mario 3D World and they were struggling with multiple sections of that game, which is that it sucks to suck.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, when the Jacksonville Jaguars defense decides to put up -1 in a game that you lose by 4, man, it sucks. And I imagine that's what Andy Dalton was thinking to himself the whole time while he was, contemplating mortality in that little GIF on the league note that Anthony posted. By the way, if you haven't seen Anthony's league note, go see it because Andy Dalton is hilarious and Devontae Freeman's celebration. Can I just say I'm so glad that celebrations are back in the NFL? That was some bullshit that they weren't ever there.
It's a little bit less of the no fun league this time, I would say.
Yeah, very much so. Roger Goodell still sucks, but at least he, isn't killing fun at the outset.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for the sports tautology of the week. Wade, you told me before we started that you have a segment of your own.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to introduce a new segment today. It's called RG3 Sighting. So today's RG3 sighting is out back of my house asking if I have $5. So that was today's RG3 sighting.
Wait, what?
No. I guess maybe we should go over this segment. And moving on.
That's a great segment. All right. I guess then that leaves us to go back to week 2.
Yeah, absolutely. So where are we going to go first?
I got most of them wrong except for ones that were probably pretty obvious. Although I thought that many of them were obvious at the outset. Let's do Ed and myself first. Again,
sure.
Egotism reigns. Man, the Hogwires, they're killing me.
Yeah.
I had such high hopes, and then they just blew it. And also, kind of hurts seeing on the bench there that if I had started Amir Abdullah like I had up until Sunday morning, that I wouldn't have had that loss.
That's a tough look. What I did want to say, though, is that the Jacksonville Jaguars were very, very limited by their offense's play. So, unfortunately, there's no way to score that because Bortles really left the D out to dry.
Yeah, and when the Titans were finally... you scored 37 points, you got to be doing something right offensively.
Yeah, so my notes for your game was that Scott's team can catch everything except a win, and Justin just kicked you through the moon door, so that's what I got.
Yep, that about sums it up. All right, Dom and Sam, we both really underestimated what was going to happen here with Dom.
Yeah, so Dom's
Dom and Bella. I don't
Bella,
know why I said Dom and Sam.
No, you're good. No, I think, first of all, Jordy going down and Devonta Adams stepping up really helped Dom. And I don't know if you saw, but Dom left a ton of points on the board on the bench. So that's just something that you feel you're glad you came away with the win, and you're looking forward to next week saying, hey, guess what, Wade? Hunter Henry's a real option. Shut up. So there you go.
Yeah, and Derrick Henry is also an option. They were both studly in their respective outings. What I would like to make a note of. So for those of you who listened last week, if you remember, I was very critical of Dom's team, I guess, to put it lightly.
Well,
I
me
had the
too.
MVP
So,
of this game being Jordy and the LVP being Devontae Adams, and I could not have gotten that more wrong. What I think happened, so don't quote me on this, but this is
sure.
my speculation. So, if you remember, I was saying all the cool kids were going to invite Martellus Bennett to like hang out and play. Meanwhile, Devontae Adams had to go hang out with Hunter Henry. Devontae
Yes.
Adams and Hunter Henry got together and were like, maybe we should break Jordy's kneecaps.
Yeah.
And then we can have days ourselves, and I think that's exactly what happened, because then Jordy scored 0, and Devontae came away with, 9 receptions, 88 yards, and a touchdown, and Hunter Henry had 11.5 points when, we were calling him the tight end 2 that will never be. So
Right. I mean, I'm with you on the voodoo train because if you're saying that it was Devontae Adams and Derrick Henry getting together, DeMarco Murray also left the game with an injury. So both guys.
Hunter Henry.
Well, but Derrick Henry and Hunter Henry.
The Henrys, the Henry boys.
Yes.
Looking for some clues, they found success in breaking their teammates' kneecaps.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go to your matchup.
One other thing.
Oh, yeah,
rest in peace, Greg Olson's foot. Sorry about that.
Wah wah. Yeah, there was quite an uptick in the injury bug. I feel like after this week, there's a lot of people I think that are feeling it. But anyways, let's go back to your and Kate's matchup.
Sure. I only have one thing to say, which is that Kate's high scorer was Cam Newton, and he scored 13 points. So that's rough. And also, Kareem Hunt is a bad man.
He is a very, very bad man. That's looking like it's a rare situation when the third round pick could be the steal of the draft, and that may very well be it by the end of the season. It's either going to be him or Matt Stafford, because Matt Stafford just seems to always lock that shit up, given how late we draft him.
Yeah.
But other point to note here, Kate's team managed to almost reset the record for least amount of points scored after it had just been set last week by Dom.
And do we applaud for that?
I don't think we applaud for that. No, I think we let that slide. She narrowly escaped the shame here.
Okay.
But I mean, given the fact that her starting lineup scored 52 and her bench scored 49.5, doesn't bode well.
No, that does not. Also, both of her quarterbacks scored 13 points, so
you're fucked if you do, and you're fucked if you don't.
Yeah.
All right. What's the last one on the list?
The last one on the list I have is Laura and Anthony. And all I want to say is that I called it. Tom Brady to Gronk. The connection was real. It was going to hurt, and it certainly did. So I'm going to take some pride in that one.
Yeah, my calls weren't just nope. Didn't happen. Julio Jones had a good game.
Yeah.
Tyler Eifert. I don't even think he played. Was he even in the starting lineup? Where the hell was he? Oh, I think he. Wait.
Well, you're looking at my team.
Wait, am I? Oh,
yeah.
I am. Never mind. T.Y. Hilton. That's who I was looking at.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How did he do? He had 6. So yeah, that was a decent call. But either way, yeah. So Laura's team almost went after the record, whereas Kate's was trying to get the low.
Yeah. So we finished the weeks. I finished 3-2 on picks, and you finished 2-3.
I finished 2 and 3, and we will eventually get Anthony's picks into here. Yeah. We somehow managed to not remember what he put on the league note, if he actually put predictions for last week. I assume he did. Yeah. Either way, so yeah, wait out to the 1-game lead thanks to that pivotal Sam Ed matchup in which I did not pick. Oh, we did. Did we go over Sam and Ed's matchup?
No, let's do that.
Oh yeah. Last but not least,
are,
the one that actually made a difference.
Yeah, things are a little bit foggy for me as I'm recovering from some sort of cold thing. So if I sound weird, that's why.
Excuses.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Here, who did I have being? I had Beast Mode as the MVP here. Yeah, mediocre at best. It wasn't nothing to write home about. And Alshon. What did Alshon do? Oh, he put up 18.5. Look at
that. Scott, did you flip all of your picks?
Well, I mean, what I forgot to mention with like my matchup with Justin, my least valuable player was Delaney Walker. And literally, so we recorded that podcast. and then the next day, I remembered looking at Matthew Berry's love-hate list, and on his love list for tight ends was Delaney Walker. He was like, yo, the Jaguars got elite corners. They're going to have to go tight end up the middle, like across the seam. And I was like, fuck. And that was about right. He did well. So none of my picks were good. In fact, one of them, being the Devontae pick, was so far from the truth that I think I would have been classified as pants on fire for the lie meter from PolitiFact.
You couldn't have called the injury, but still.
No, but like I could have assumed that Devontae wasn't going to let the cool kid hang out go unanswered. And boy, did he ever.
That's fair. The one thing that I do want to say is that while Marshawn might not be putting up fantasy numbers, he looks dang good on the field.
Yeah, if only for his dance moves.
Yeah, dude, I was getting hyphy. And right. I don't even know what that means. So. All right.
So that wraps up the week 2 wrap up.
Yep.
Department of Redundancy Department. So let's go over our waiver wire teams.
Yeah, absolutely. This is exciting.
So we don't know what our opponent's team scored here. We've both tallied up our scores given the people that we picked, and let's just remind everyone who we picked.
Sure.
So I had Sam Bradford, Andre Ellington, Kerwin Williams, Sterling Shepard, Kobe Fleener, Travis Benjamin, Charles Clay, the Lions D, and Giorgio Tavecchio. And keep in mind,
dude,
we picked this
Sam
team.
Bradford pick.
Yeah, that Sam Bradford pick was a clutch one. And what you'll know is that we picked these teams before the waiver, and we will always pick the teams before. Actually, no, that's not true because today's Wednesday.
Not this time,
Yeah, so last week we picked the teams prior to the waiver order being, or the waiver actions being done. So some of our players actually got picked up.
Right. This time that won't be the case.
Yes, which I think will make it even more authentic. All right, so you want to just lay it out? Who scored what?
Sure. Yeah, so I'll do my team. So Carson Palmer put up 17 points. Thank you.
Jesus.
Tariq Cohen put up 8 points. Darren Sproles put up 6 points, or as he likes to be called, Darren Sproles. Cooper Kupp put up 4.5 points. Marquise Lee put up 10.5 points. What up? Jared Cook put up 4 points. Kenny Galladay put a stinker up with 0.5 points. The Raiders D put up 9 points, and Blair Walsh put up 6 points, giving me 65.5 points and a win over Kate, even if I had started my waiver wire team.
Shame. Shame.
And that's our resident ding ding shame shame bell.
Yes.
As brought to you by that bitch from Game of Thrones who's either dead or going to be.
I think she was dead.
We haven't seen a corpse. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, you never count them out unless you've seen the dead body. And even then, they might just come back as White Walker. Either way.
I'm nervous, Scott. I don't know if I beat you.
All right. Well, let's go through. All right. So, as Wade alluded to, the Kona Brewing big waivers, Golden.
Oh yeah, I was
for a
the
starting job
replicants.
team. Yeah, he was the replicants. Whatever. The Kona Brewing big waivers, Golden aching for a starting job team, went as follows. So Bradford put up 0 because he didn't fucking play.
Solid.
Ellington put up 3.5. Williams put up 2. Shepard put up 3. Fleener had 10.5. Benjamin had 1.5. Clay had 3.5. The Lions D had 17, and Tavecchio had 9, giving me a grand total of 50 points.
Okay.
So you beat me pretty handily, but I just want to point out I was only 2 points away from taking. I should say I was only 3 points away from taking Kate on this week as well.
Yeah, let's play the shame bell again.
Despite the fact that Sam Bradford did not play.
Shame.
Like, let's just go over that. If I pick basically any quarterback in the top 5 off of the waiver wires, I'd probably pick up that win. But either way,
yeah.
Shame. Shame.
Okay, so we have a new waiver wire team that we're going to be drafting. Do you want to do the draft now and then do week 3 picks after?
You know what? Fuck it. Why not?
Okay.
Okay.
So,
we
left it up to... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I got to write down names. Keep going.
Yep. So we left it up to the Council of Elders to decide who would get the first-round pick, and we decided that whoever wins the previous week gets to pick first. A little bit of favoritism there. So I will be enjoying the first pick. Scott, how long were we setting the timer for again?
I think 15 seconds, and you did a good job of timekeeping it. So I will happily bestow those duties upon you again because I don't want to do them.
Oh, okay. I have a question.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to trade like second round picks?
Are we allowed to trade picks for the
Yeah.
for the draft?
Yeah.
In what way? So you've got first pick, I've got pick, and then another pick. Do you want my second of those two picks?
Yeah, I'll give you the first pick in the draft, and then I'll go. You'll go pick, and then I'll go pick, 3 picks in a row.
No.
Okay. Well.
No, I don't trust your stratagems. No deal.
All right. So, are you ready? You have everything you need?
I've got everything that I have a pen. So
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
yeah, go for it. It's gonna be a shit show anyway.
Okay, so with the first pick in the draft, I will select Alex Smith,
Trevor Siemian,
Duke Johnson, and I will take Chris Johnson to form Johnson and Johnson.
Wow, Colin Hearns,
5 seconds.
Benjamin Watson,
Evan Funchess, and Mohamed Sanu,
Jalen Richard, and Shane Vereen.
Samaje Perine. Oh, here you go, Dom. Hunter Henry. Woo! Sound the alarm. He's on the waiver wire, right? I'm not crazy.
Dude, I don't know, man.
This might be the first party foul. That's a party foul, so I'll go Jared Cook.
Let's go with Paul Richardson.
Okay, sure.
The Browns D.
The Green Bay Packers.
And I'll take Greg the Leg.
Greg the Leg. All right, so let's stop it there. Nice job. Let's read our teams off. I'll start. I've got Alex Smith as my quarterback. My running back 1 is Duke Johnson. My running back 2 is Chris Johnson. My wide receiver 1 is Devin Funchess. My wide receiver 2 is Mohamed Sanu. My tight end is Jared Cook. Oh, I didn't draft a flex. So, did you draft a flex?
Yeah.
Okay, let me draft a flex.
Didn't you draft like one extra of? How did this happen?
Oh yeah, no, I did. I got Samaje Perine. Okay, never mind.
What the fuck?
I love that dude's name. Okay, hold on. So my running back 1 and 2 is Duke Johnson and Chris Johnson. My wide receivers are Devin Funchess and Mohamed Sanu. My tight end is Jared Cook. My flex is Samaje Perine. And then my D is the Green Bay Packers, and my kicker is Graham Gano. What do you got?
I got Trevor Siemian, Andre Ellington, and Shane Vereen for the backs. Pass catchers are Alan Hearns and Paul Richardson. Tight end is Benjamin Watson. Flex is Jalen Richard. The Browns D because they're playing the Colts, and Greg the Leg.
Nice all around. Okay, so let's see if we can beat Kate.
Yeah, I think that's who we're going to be competing with just because like half of her team has missing organs.
That's tough. Okay, so shall we move on?
The week 3 predictions?
Let's do it. So I'm going to try and continue my winning ways. Do you want to start?
Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and go straight to, again, egotism, my matchup with Ed this week.
Sure.
So, as I'm looking at this preview, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is finally the week where the Redskins offense gets their shit together. I think there's going to be a lot of points on the board with them in Oakland, because Oakland's D I don't think is like super great. They're 22nd currently against quarterbacks, and I think he has quite a good day, which will be nice. Hopefully, my 3 musketeers of receivers that will murder you has their full strength. If OBJ plays, I think I run away with this one, despite the fact that it's 0.5 on the line favoring Ed. I mean, he's got Le'Veon against Chicago, which is scary, but I really like my receivers this week. With Evans having the game that he did last week, plus Keenan Allen as the 2, and if I can play OBJ as my flex, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, so my MVP is going to be Kirk Cousins. I think he has himself a day.
Okay.
I think the LVP, I'm definitely not going to go Alshon Jeffrey this time because he's facing the Giants and he seems to like have a vendetta out for me. I'm going to go with Crowell. Crowell has a dud this week against the Colts. You wouldn't expect it.
Bold. Okay. I want to join the MVP LVP train. I think it sounds really fun.
All right, let's
Um,
do it.
so I'm going to pick you in this one as well. I think the only one that makes me nervous for you is Le'Veon Bell, who has been somewhat quiet up till now. So I think that he might wake up, but I still think you're good. My MVP is going to be Travis Kelce. Zeus.
He was my
Man.
MVP. Well, not quite, but he was close to my MVP last week. Him and Ty
Yep.
Montgomery both just, I love them.
Yeah, and my LVP is going to be. I'm going to give the LVP to Evan Ingram. I don't know if he can replicate what he did last week. He did catch a touchdown, but I also don't know if he can count to 5 right now. So, gonna have to give him my LVP.
You know, I actually he's so nondescript, I guess, in his appearance just on this page. I think partially because he's a part of the New York Giants offense that I didn't even see him there. I assumed that I assumed that Ed had him like an actual tight end. And not
No,
a
he
member
doesn't.
of the Giants. If you saw my waiver wire picks, I'm jumping ship off of the New York Giants.
I did see that.
All right, so we're both picking me there. Fantastic.
Yep.
I like where that's going.
Yep.
Up next, Dom and Sam. I'm gonna pick Sam again.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got a rough go of
Broken
it last
clock.
week, but I think he has a good bounce back. Carson Wentz is actually looking like a pretty decent fantasy quarterback right now. And given that he's playing the Giants, I have him as my MVP. The LVP for the week is the not so special Andy in the football world. I'm not talking about Andrew Luck. I'm talking about Andy Dalton because with a face like that, God, that wonderful GIF that's on the league right now. They're playing at Green Bay, and they don't look like they are anywhere close to figuring this shit out. So I wouldn't be surprised if he threw another 3 picks and no touchdowns.
Yeah. I just want to say there's a reason why on the waiver wire team I drafted the Green Bay defense. My MVP of this matchup is going to be Amari Cooper.
You think he finally he cuts into the onslaught that Michael Crabtree put in last week?
Yeah, I just think that there's enough touchdowns to go around. I don't think grab 3 needs to grab 3 every week.
There you go. And actually, if what I say is true about that matchup, if there's a lot of points on the board, there's going to be plenty to go around.
Yeah, and my LVP is also going to be Andy Dalton. Dom.
Dude, drop Andy Dalton. What are you doing?
The sabermetrics are getting
Trevor
to your head.
Siemian is just sitting. Trevor Siemian and Alex Smith are both sitting there on the waiver wire. Plus, hold on. I want to actually go to Dom's team real quick because I want to see who's he have as his backup.
He has no other backup roster.
Oh my God, why? All right. Well, your funeral, Dom. All right. Moving right along. Justin and Kate. So actually, I technically didn't write either one of them. I just wrote Baelish kills all of them, subtly.
Okay.
So I'm going to take that as a vote of confidence for Justin.
Yeah.
What's kind of scary about Justin, but I think he will eventually come back down to earth with just law of averages and the players that he has. But he has a lot of top 10 scorers on his team for the various positions. Aaron Rodgers is 8 at quarterback. Gurley and Gillislee are both in the top 6. Brown's number 3 for receiver. Delaney Walker, fuck you, Delaney Walker. And he's got the Ravens D and Matt Bryan, who are both pretty much top dogs at their positions. So it's hard to bet against him this week. My MVP and LVPs, both of the defenses this week. I think the MVP is the Ravens D because they're going up against Jacksonville, and I think their woes continue. And the Bengals D going up against Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers is going to light them up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. I only have 2
or Ty
things to say.
Montgomery. I would be okay with that too.
Yeah. But you would now. It doesn't matter if Aaron Rodgers throws a touchdown to Ty Montgomery, unlike last week.
God, I saw Ty Montgomery scoring a touchdown when that came up, and I was like, "Oh no, Rodgers threw it to him." Oh no, Rodgers threw it to him. Why?
So 2 things. Number 1, I think that you said that there's going to be some law of averages hurting Justin's team, but I also think there's going to be some law of averages helping him, as I think Aaron Rodgers is better than the 8th ranked quarterback, and I think he's going to be much closer to the 3rd ranked quarterback by end of season. So, yeah, I gave you a low draft ranking, and you were proving me wrong, Justin. So have mercy. I've got you going 3-0, and this is going to be my red wedding pick of the week. So I've got Justin winning. My MVP is going to be. Who did I write down? Oh yeah, my
Shame.
MVP is going to be Todd Gurley. And then my LVP is going to be Jimmy Graham.
So that Shane Bell was partially for the delay in programming because you couldn't figure shit out, but also because of if you look at Kate's team, she is biting. Actually, I think she should get my team name like as an honorable mention for this week because she has, I shit you not, 6 people that are questionable this week on her line, like somewhere in her lineup, either on the bench or in the starting order, and
Didn't Corey
she has
Davis
2
break
people
his
out.
hand?
Yeah, so Corey Davis is out. Cam Newton, Jordan Howard, Jimmy Graham. Oh, sorry. No, never mind. I'm reading this wrong. Never mind.
She's got 4 major injuries.
Yeah, 4 major injuries. I'm reading like the injuries in her starting lineup, and then also the injuries that are just there on the bottom, and those are her team.
Oh, yeah.
But either way, she's got 3 people that are questionable. I am the tribe called questionable. You can take the name if you want for this week. I don't think it'll help you though, because you're gonna get your butt kicked.
Yeah. All right.
Next up,
Let's go,
Wait,
Laura.
you.
Oh, you want to go me? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. So between Anthony and I have myself going 3-0. There's a big surprise there that I picked that. I think that Anthony has a lot of really rough matchups that are going to end up helping me. I don't like Des Bryant going against Arizona. I think that Stephon Diggs might not have a great day going against Tampa Bay, and if Sam Bradford's not throwing the ball, that's going to be rough. I think Jordan Reed is permanently broken. So all of those things make me nervous for Anthony, and they have me thinking that I'm going to win. So
Jordan Reed seems like a car with a rusted transmission. Like he's just never gonna be able to go for more than like 4 games without missing time.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I avoided him like the Black Plague and went so hard after Travis Kelce. I probably drafted Kelce earlier than necessary, but I'm not regretting it to say the least. So I also have you in this matchup.
Yes.
I mean, MVP. I'm gonna go for the obvious one just for the sake of hopefully trying to get it right. I think Kareem Hunt is going to be your MVP.
Oof.
Shocker.
Oof.
That's a hot take shot. And I don't have a shot actually with me, but I did have a dark and stormy for dinner, so I'll count that.
There you go.
LVP of the week for that. Will Lutz is a klutz. I think the kicker's gonna let you down.
Interesting.
I mean, it's not really gonna affect anything. I don't know. I wanted the rhyme there, so I went with it. The other thing that is of note for Anthony is that with Christian McCaffrey playing the way he is, and I'm not even really sure you can blame it on him because Cam Newton has that whole offense has been not clicking at all. Like it's just not in rhythm, and none of them seem to know what the hell's going on. So without Christian McCaffrey performing like, a running back 2 or low end RB1 like Anthony I know was hoping, it'll be tough for him.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. My MVP is going to be Tyreek Hill. I don't think that the Chargers have the speedsters on the outside to stop him, and I think he can top off the defense and gets a couple big scores. That'd be awesome if he gets 1. So I'm going to take Tyreek Hill as my MVP. And my LVP, I'm going to go over and give that Big 10-4 to Jordan Reed.
Yep. I mean, all he has to do is like stub his toe, and then he might be out for the rest of the game. We'll see.
Yeah, fair point.
All right, Laura and Bella.
Okay, so
here,
you
go. I'm almost hoping that this is one where we differ.
Okay.
I'm picking Laura.
Okay.
Because Laura seems to actually have, much to my chagrin, a decent team. If I didn't expect C.J. Anderson to get off to the start that he has had. He's had a lot of touches, and if he gets himself touchdowns consistently, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with fantasy wise. MVP for that matchup, I'm going to say C.J. Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
And then this, I'm going to immediately take this one because it's just too easy. The LVP of the week is going to be Greg Olson because he's on injured reserve.
Yeah, take the free win there.
I'm taking the free win. It won't even count. I don't even care. That sucks.
Yeah, that is rough. I'm going to go ahead and pick Laura as well. I think that if Gronk plays, he's the MVP, and I think the LVP will be Terrence West. So let's go ahead.
Did we actually differ on any of these? I have me, Sam, Wade, Laura, and Justin.
Yeah, and I have me, Sam, Laura, Scott, and Justin.
Yeah, we have. Well, I'm not going to make up any ground this week, folks. It's going to be a one.
Yeah, I didn't do that on purpose, but I'll take it.
It's actually a problem how much we think alike. Either way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any closing thoughts?
Here. Sure. Yeah, I'd like to end with one last segment. So this segment is going to be called "How long can I talk about the GRE until Scott cuts me off?" So on the GRE, I've been studying right now the essays. So there's an issue essay and an argument essay. And the argument essay is really a logic-based essay. So
Nope.